Recognize myself for 5 minutes of questioning. I want to show a video, but first need to set the stage. Earlier in the year, we had a hearing at the border with Border Patrol Chief Ortiz, and I asked him if by the definition written into the law, we have operational control of our southwest border. He said resoundingly, we do not. Following that, Mr. Secretary, you were questioned before the Senate about operational control. This was March the 28th, just a few days ago. Let's watch your testimony.
With respect to the definition of operational control, I do not use the definition that appears in the Secure Fence Act. And the Secure Fence Act provides statutorily that operational control is defined as preventing all unlawful entries into the United States. By that definition, no administration has ever had operational control.
So here you admit that according to the definition that's in the code, no secretary has ever had operational control. So you know that that definition written into the law has not been achieved. Now, let's go back a few months to the testimony you gave here in the House. This is before Chief Ortiz admitted and told the truth that there was no security at the southwest border. Next clip.
Will you testify under oath right now? Do we have operational control, yes or no?
Yes, we do. And
we have operational control of the borders.
Yes, we do. And Congressman, we are working to...
Listen what operational control defined. In this section, the term operational control means the prevention of all unlawful entries into the United States, including entries by terrorists, other unlawful aliens, instruments of terrorism, narcotics, and other contraband. Do you stand behind your testimony that we have operational control in light of this definition?
I do, and Congressman, I think the Secretary of Homeland Security would have said the same thing in 2020.
Mr. Roy
reads 2019.
Mr. Roy reads the very definition you just admitted last month in the Senate that has not been achieved. He said, according to this definition, do you have operational control? According to the definition that you just said, no one has ever had operational control. He asks you, under oath, in the United States Congress, if you had operational control according to that definition, and you said, I do. That is a false statement because you admitted in the Senate that no one has ever achieved that. You make it very clear, Mr. Secretary, that you've known all along, according to the definition that is written in the law passed by the Congress, that you do not have operational control. And yet, in testimony to this House, under oath, the definition was read to you. You've asked, according to that definition, whether control exists, and you say yes. That sounds like a lie under oath. Now, I want to change the subject just a bit. I want to set the stage for another clip. Senator Cornyn, just last month, is asking you about the cartel strategy. And he describes what Border Patrol officers and leaders have come before this committee, Congress, told us on trips to the border, is the strategy of the drug cartels. They've been telling us this for 18 months. The cartels are overwhelming the crossing sites, tying up the Border Patrol. And then they're slipping the drugs and the human trafficking and the nefarious folks they want to get in the U.S. around the CBP when they're tied up. It's a distraction. In the military, we'd call it a neutralizing attack. He even says that Merrick Garland, the Attorney General of this administration, came before their committee and said, yes, this is the cartel strategy. Let's see clip number 3.
Are you familiar with that strategy? Do you agree with the Attorney General?
I am not aware of that as a strategy.
So the cartel's main strategy is something you're not even aware of. I guess there's no communications between you and the Attorney General? Inside this administration, you guys don't talk to one another? That's insane, Mr. Secretary. You just admitted you have no clue about the central strategy of the cartels you've created by your open border. What general officer would we allow to stay on the job in the Army if he didn't understand the strategy of the enemy? Not only have you lied under oath, you just admitted your own incompetence. It's really quite unacceptable. You knew very well the definition wasn't being fulfilled. You told Chip Roy, Congressman Roy, yes, I have operational control by that definition. And then later, under oath, you admit no one's ever had control by that definition. Then you tell the Senate, I don't even know what the cartel's main strategy is. I'm out of time, Mr. Secretary, but that doesn't paint a very good picture of someone who's doing their job very well. I now yield to the ranking member.